Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. So I think I may have found my new favorite series on YouTube. I know that's a high bar to set, but you guys know me. I love watching these financial videos where they review people's spending habits and they ream into them for spending too much and being financially irresponsible. Well, this one basically takes the cake. It's a series called Princess, where they go and find these spoiled rich kids and brats who overspend, they're irresponsible, they have no regard for money whatsoever. And then it tries to change them and turn them back into a fiscally responsible adult. And this one, well, this princess, I should say, her name is Diana. Princess Diana. So with that said, you guys, I want to comment on this as soon as you hit the like button and subscribe because it is good. So once you do that, thank you so much, and now let's begin.
As long as I get what I want, I won't complain.
If this princess has what it takes, I'll transform her from spender to saver.
It's hard to change your whole life.
Oh man, you know it's gonna be good when she starts crying. Once you let out the tears because you spend too much money and you don't get your way, that's when you know a change really needs to be made.
My name is Diana, and I work part-time as an esthetician.
She loves the finer things in life.
I love Barbie dolls, watches, shoes, purses, perfume. I usually spend $50 to $500.
Per shopping trip. Why isn't she too old for collecting Barbies? Right? I hate to be that person, but I didn't know that you collected Barbies after the age of like 12. I still am into Pokemon cards, so I'm certainly one to talk on this one. It is very hypocritical of me, but okay, you know what? Whatever. I'll let that go.
Diana only works 1 day a week, so she depends on a lot of people to bankroll her pricey lifestyle. But boyfriend Tino bears the brunt.
She works 1 day a week? 1 day. What does she do the other 6 days? How does she divvy up her time? This poor boyfriend. I don't get how he could just be like just funding that. Or the other 6 days, what is she doing? Why?
Diana's priorities now are just to look good and live in the moment.
I try to be as natural as possible, but I've had Botox. I get lip plumpers. I do my eyelash extensions.
What? Those don't go together. You can't say I try to be as natural as possible. Outside of the Botox and lip fillers and hair dye, but beyond that, I really try to go for the natural look.
I saw a few houses for sale in the area we like, and I don't know, I was thinking maybe like you can like put a down payment.
Why'd I have to pay for a whole house?
What? How'd you go from lip fillers to be like, hey, boyfriend, here, I found this house I really like. Went on Zillow the other day. I think it's a good deal, and you should buy it for me. I'm just saying, let's go see it, and then you make a decision.
She thinks a wedding ring is the biggest purchase you make in her life.
I've been trying to slowly train Tino to thinking of how much he should spend on an engagement ring and tried to convince him that it's a year's salary.
What? She tried. Okay, so as soon as the word train comes into the mix, and no, I'm not talking like a locomotive. When you start training the other person, I feel like that's, one, manipulative, and two, it's just, I feel like that's just grounds for a terrible, unhealthy relationship when you try to train the other person to fit your mold of what you want. Without letting them embrace who they are as a person, you try to fit them and cram them into your idea of who they should be based on your own wants. It's bad.
She's also hitting up mom and dad.
I convinced my parents to purchase a car for me, but I haven't paid them back.
We paid for the aesthetics college.
We went out and chose a bunch of equipment necessary to do the aesthetics services within my house.
What? $7,000 in equipment? For what? For her to work 1 day a week painting her own nails? I don't get where that money went. That money is down the drain.
We spend a lot of money on her.
I'm asking you nicely if you could please buy me a dress.
I love how she's yelling. I'm asking you nicely. Buy me the dress. I'm only gonna ask this once. Buy me the dress right now before I get angry. It's like she's already lost it.
Status is pretty important to you, right?
I think so.
Is that why you want the big fat diamond ring?
I have to wear it every single day. That's my accessory for the rest of my life. People will want to see it. People will give reactions whether or not it's big or small.
Wow, she said that very robotically. It seemed like her demeanor completely changed between like her getting in front of Gail here and her like spending frivolously and asking for money here and there.
Your behavior indicates that you think other people should take care of you forever.
Yes.
Your parents, when they have to spend money on you, it means they have to go without something.
Yes.
Oh, she's nervous about this. You could tell. She puts on a fierce facade, but deep down, it's not her.
Aren't you the girl who says that it's silly for you to buy Tino movie tickets?
People watch, they stare. They look from what you're wearing to what you're doing.
Are we back to the status thing again?
Oh no, she's got big issues. I always say this, when people have a spending problem, not really the spending, it's always to cover up for something else. In her case, she seems very insecure, and it almost seems as though she ties her worth to how she looks and how she's perceived by others. And if she could put on this air of just like she's a princess and she could spend all of this money and she's well-to-do, other people might respect her. Because she doesn't demand respect anywhere else in her life. And so this is her way of doing that. Unfortunately, it's costing people around her a lot of money.
I feel that she takes advantage of me. I don't want to marry someone with debt because I don't want to have to get them out of their own debt, you know what I mean?
You take every advantage you can of it.
Maybe, yeah. I think that he's someone who just has a good heart, and maybe I did take advantage of that.
You don't think, when you say trying to train your boyfriend to spend a year of his salary on your ring, a year, that could be a down payment on a house. Instead, you want a year of his income on a ring. That makes no sense, and you can't tell the difference between that and $35.
Keep in mind, your mother paid for your whole education.
Yeah.
How much did you pay to set up the home spa in your house for her?
$7,000.
Have you used it?
On myself.
Oh, come on. What a waste of money. Here's what I think. You should never fund somebody else's business like that. If they want to make it work, believe me, they'll find a way to make it work. And that builds the motivation and the character to see it all the way through. Because you know how much work went into building it up from the ground up, starting on your own, you appreciate all the little tiny things. Every dollar that goes in and out, that means the world because you did it yourself. When it's handed like this, people just say, I don't really need to do it. I don't really want you change your mind. She's in too deep. So I think the fact is they should have let her do this on her own.
Your needs represent only about 13% of the money that you're spending. You spend about 21% on debt repayment, and you manage to spend 213%, almost $1,600 every month on your wants.
What? 200? So she spends twice her income every month on what she wants. And that's because it's not her money. It's other people's money. She's taking it from them.
They didn't realize how much money I was spending, and it just opened my eyes. It's just like I'm throwing away money on nothing.
He's a bit of an idiot to begin with for not realizing that. I don't know. He must be blinded. But it worries me, none of his buddies are out there being like, yo, man, maybe you should cut it back. Maybe this isn't a good idea. Maybe this ain't it. I'm saying there's got to be someone to look out for him too. That's okay. He had blinders on. He got caught up in the moment. One thing led to another, and then he's spending money on everything left and right for her and spending a year of his salary. But you also need people in your life to sometimes say, hey, it's a bad idea. Don't do that. Here's an alternative. Here's what else you could do for free.
If you were in fact paying your own way, you'd be going into debt to the tune of $4,000 a month or $48,000 a year. That's what you're signing up for if we don't fix this.
Yeah, that's a big problem, huge problem. Especially if we get married and that adds up, then it has to stop.
He's still considering marriage, which is the crazy thing with her. No. Again, it's like if I were his buddy, I'd say, hey, man, really think about if this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, maybe reconsider, maybe sleep on it, okay? Just sleep on it.
One of the things that you have an expectation of is that Tina's going to buy you a big ring. So here's the challenge. If he's going to spend $44,000 on a ring, you have to come up with $44,000 for a house down payment.
I like that.
You know, that's decent. Then she's going to be able to appreciate just how much work it takes to save $44,000 after tax. Money doesn't grow on trees. I think she's so accustomed that, she's able to just ask and it appears. That's not reality. Doesn't give her a good sense of the work behind it, what it really takes. He's not going to spend a year of his salary. She's not going to make the 44 grand. It's just going to make her appreciate it.
Diana expects the best of everything. But does she have any idea what it costs?
Wow. It's beautiful. People would be like, wow, this is their house.
That's all she cares about. Impressing people.
That's what your house is for.
Oh no, it's starting already. Her house is just to impress other people. She's like, guess what all of our friends are going to think when they walk in this house and we can impress, they're going to be so blown away at what I don't like this. She's not changing deep down.
Next, Diana had to look around at something closer to what she can afford.
Oh, wow. The bed kind of just pops right out at you. I didn't expect that. I'm disappointed in the space. You can't really have guests over.
It's $249,000.
Okay.
Even that, $249, she still can't really afford it. When you really add up the numbers with her income, you can't do it. Both of them together, probably.
Still determined to get the house of her dreams, Diana sat down to figure out how to save for it.
So I need to figure out how I would save $44,000 down payment in 18 months. 26 plus 13.
She's not doing that. I'm gonna tell you right now. That's not happening.
I'm gonna calculate now how many hours you would have to work to get me my $44,000.
What? How many hours he has to work? Jeez, no. How many hours he has to work on his own? Away from you. That's what I would say.
6,285 hours.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I'm willing to compromise. I'm willing to sacrifice. If you get it for 10, 15,000, I don't care. As long as it's the ring I want, I'm willing to compromise.
What? As long as it's the ring I want? What if the ring she wants is $30,000? Come on. Ugh. You know what? Here's the thing. Imagine he buys a ring at a price that's reasonable, gives it to her. What is she gonna say? No? She's gonna say no because then that means she wants the ring more than she wants him. It's bad signs.
Once I see you start saving up for down payment, then I'll start saving for the ring.
Okay, so do we have a deal?
We have a deal with that.
Okay. Deal.
Oh man, he just shook hands with the devil. No, I'm kidding, guys. But you get where I'm going with this. Not good.
Tell me how you're going to come up with your money for the down payment on the house.
I just got a job. I just got a job full time. I'd have to save about $1,100 to $1,500 a month.
So you're prepared to live at home till you're almost 30. Are you being realistic now?
She can live at home until she's 30. I don't see she's gonna do that regardless. She's not moving out on her own. Her parents are somewhat enabling this behavior. There's no reason for her to move out. She's got a nice place. She gets along with her parents. I don't see the issue there. She's not gonna move. She may as well live there and save the money.
I don't know if maybe it's just not good enough and I have to continue lowering my expectations. Overall, it's challenging, it's difficult.
Oh, she's crying because she has to lower her expectations of how much she should spend on a wedding ring with $44,000. And this is filmed back in the early 2000s. Today, she's basically expecting like a $100,000 ring in today's money. That's horrible. I would just be concerned that she's too far gone at this point. You know what? She's already there. If she's not changing her mind, I'd just be like, all right, start over.
When she's realizing that the weekend's coming around, she can't do anything, she can't go for dinner, she becomes a bit stressed.
Why do you have to make me friggin' freak out more than I'm already freaked out?
I don't understand why you're getting mad.
She just starts taking out on everybody else, starts freaking out.
Get up.
No way. Really? Come on. Why? I don't get why they're putting up with that. Tell her to leave. Tell her to move out.
I want people to say, wow, this girl, she can dress well, she looks good, she can afford a house, she has a successful career, she has it all.
This week, I'm asking her to observe and judge the appearance of 3 strangers to see how accurate her assumptions are.
Oh, I love this game because you can't tell. You have no idea. I remember when I was a real estate agent in Beverly Hills, you would have the sloppiest people walk into like a $10 million house. I'm talking like sandals, kind of dirty, shorts. You'd have it like a wrinkled white t-shirt. And the people would walk in very unassuming and walk out. And meanwhile, you see them getting into like a Rolls Royce or a Ferrari. Meanwhile, the people walked in who like decked head to toe in designer clothing, walk in, they got no money to their name. It really goes to show you sometimes that the people with money have nothing to prove. They're often the ones wearing the worst clothes, and meanwhile, they have the biggest bank accounts.
I think she's a bartender. Income is $25,000. I'm gonna say $20,000 debt.
All right, so actor, $12,000 income, $1,000 consumer debt. That seems reasonable given she looks to be probably early 20s, so okay.
That just totally proved me wrong and it blew me away.
All right, let's see. This lady here, I'm gonna guess she works in HR, income is $50,000 a year, and she's probably a good saver, and I'm gonna guess she's got like 80 grand in savings. Let's see if I'm right.
I don't think she has any debt. Income, I see 30,000.
Oh! What did I say? I swear I didn't see this. I was right. HR, $70,000. I was super close there. I was on that one though, okay? I get points on that.
For some reason, she reminds me of a stay-at-home housewife.
Okay, so she's rich. You could just tell she's got a good confidence about her. My guess is she's retired. She's got $1 million in the bank. You'd have no idea.
I can say income, 0. Debt, I don't know, maybe 25,000. Wow.
Yeah, income 90,000, there you go. Okay, not a millionaire, not retired, but close.
How do you think you did?
I didn't think a few weeks can make a difference, but I feel that it has.
You know what? I agree with you.
Thank you. I definitely feel proud of myself. Once my debt's paid off, that's just the closer I get to, starting my future.
She got $5 grand on this. Let me know what you guys think. Overall, I don't know if she's gonna make a lasting change. I think this has made an impact. I don't know if it's enough to push her over the edge. You let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching. And also, feel free to add me on Snapchat. I've been posting these daily vlogs on there, so if you want to be a part of it, I'll link it down below in the description. Thank you so much, and until next time.